you're having coffee with me, I'll welcome you into my tangle of words. Do you still wear face masks or not? Good thing those are not necessary in this space. So, dirty money. You're supposed to wash it, right? I always picture money laundry involving running loads of dirty money through the laundromat. I'm fairly sure that you know Zimbabwe is currently a multi-currency state, which is a fancy way of saying over 70% of our local transactions are now in the United States dollar, even though the government insists we are not dollarizing. Yet it gazettes official prices in USD. Anyway, for some strange reason, people will refuse soiled or damaged notes. It's crazy. Is that a thing anywhere else? Do tell. Sometimes I find myself performing emergency surgery on notes that feels low-key like being a counterfeiter. The evil genius in me is amused at how easy it is to print one's own money, but you'd have to be careful about it. Just the past week, the police busted members of a counterfeit syndicate. If you're having coffee with me, I'll tell you that instead of money laundry, I did some real laundry this weekend. Judging from the clothes on the line, I have a penchant for dark colors. They don't stain easily. Although now I'm haunted by unironed laundry. Of late, the electricity blues seem to be on steroids. I'm almost tempted to call the power utility company and ask if they're still in business. I waited for you and you didn't come back. Zesa. During the beginning of the week, someone made a joke that the power outage increased coincided with an explosive documentary by Aljazeera exposing corruption when it was supposed to screen. Anyways, for reasons not made public, Aljazeera postponed the documentary and it remains unscreened. We're left to speculate as to why. Technical difficulties? Could it be that the long arm of the government got to them and made an offer they couldn't refuse? What if there was never a documentary? It was just a get-rich gimmick where they threaten an expose and get paid off. Dirty money, African gold. If you're having coffee with me, I'll tell you that ever since Al Jazeera announced the documentary on corruption, money laundering, gold smuggling, the government has been in overdrive to distance itself from corruption. In typical Shakespearean, Mr. Government man, you don't protest too much. According to Nick Mangwana on his tweet, facts. Is there corruption in Zimbabwe? Yes. Is the smuggling of minerals and forex out of the country? Yes. Is the money laundering in Zimbabwe? Yes. Is the government fully committed to getting rid of all the above ills? That's a fact. I would not have paid much attention to this documentary had it not been that everywhere I turn to, I seem to find it being mentioned. There's plenty of businesses which do not seem profitable enough to finance their lifestyles. Over the weekend, artist Twinkie D, whose song Ibotso references corruption and looting of resources, was removed from the stage during a performance by the police as soon as he sang the controversial song. Sing about corruption and you get arrested, but walk around with smuggled gold in your handbag and go scot-free. There once was a lady caught with 6 kilograms of gold in her handbag. I wrote about it in a yesteryear article, Coffee with Gold. The Reserve Bank has also issued a strongly worded rebuttal to the Al Jazeera documentary. I totally agree Zimbabwe cannot be the laundromat of Southern Africa. I mean, I've never seen wads of notes being hung out to dry in public. Besides, if there was all that money floating around, wouldn't it show? We wouldn't need to prove how seriously we wanted a job. Being made to do amazing race type interviews. There's a recruiting agency that asks you to run from their office in Samora Machel to Chitunguza flyover as a way of interviewing. You take a pic when you arrive at the flyover as evidence. So apparently it's supposed to test one's drive and motivation and how one deals with challenges. The winning candidate took a taxi and got the job. I can confirm, boss, this is no secret. Read my book, The Chartered Vendor. The smartest lady just hired a taxi and she came back in 10 minutes. We hired her. On one hand, I sort of understand the reasoning behind it. The challenges they throw at potential candidates since it's a sales and marketing gig. You need people committed to getting the sales. But on the other hand, what in the world is that? This is just so... I can't think of anything polite to say. What are your thoughts? If you're having coffee with me, I'll tell you that the remnants of Cyclone Freddy strengthened into yet another cyclone currently in the Mozambican Channel, continuing its long streak. Initially, it was projected to move away from mainland Africa, but looks like it changed its mind. What's been going on in your neck of the woods?